Welcome to chapter 13. In this chapter, we'll be adding pronominal suffixes to feminine nouns. Now, these are going to be the similar concept as we did in chapter 12 with the steps of proto, add the appropriate box, and then run the rules of syllables. Also, we're going to keep in mind translationally that we're going to have both singular nouns and plural nouns that could potentially take either a singular or plural suffix. So we may have something like his horse, which would be a singular suffix with a singular noun, or we may have their horse. I guess a horse that is owned by multiple people. So we have a plural suffix with a singular noun. And these boxes that we looked at in the last chapter and in this chapter are going to help us understand those. Now, with the feminine nouns, we're actually going to have a little bit more help. We're going to be adding in the proto step either this ought or oat onto the word in as a replacement of the feminine kametz hey. So the first step we're going to do is actually take off the kametz hey. So let's look at a couple of examples here. I've got both a singular and a plural option for you. That way we can do one of each. The first one we want to do is a third person feminine singular suffix onto a singular noun. So 3fs suffix on a singular noun. And it appears that I don't know how to spell singular. Would you look at that? Let me see if I can fix that. Singular. There you go. So we're going to do a singular noun here. So our word is choma. Let's start with step number one. Choma is a city wall. Actually in this step, here's what we would be looking at. However, because we're adding a suffix, we have to remove the kametz hey. And we want to add ought because we are looking at a singular noun. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but this is our singular construct box that we are adding on, this ought box. So you could think of it as a noun constructed onto the suffix. That's one way to think about it. But we're going to add the ought. I do like to do this in step one because this technically is the feminine proto form. So as we're looking at proto in step one, that's where I like to put it. Also in the proto, this cholam vav is not going to change. Historic long vowels stay the same. So there's our proto form. Step two, keep all that the same. This actually should be a chet, so let's connect that. Keep everything the same here. Keep our ought. Now we're going to put the tav in a box. And the box that we're going to use is our third person feminine singular, which is the accented ah with a mapik now in this in the final hey. So this tells us this is an original final hey. This is not the phony hey of the feminine words. This is an original hey. So there's our box, and that should have been step two. Step three then, we're going to run the rules of syllables. Let me get all of this written out for you there. And let me jump to a different color like I have been to stay consistent. We go boom and boom. There are our syllable divisions. We don't do anything with the box, leave it as is. And what we end up here with is open pretonic requires long. So we're going to lengthen that one out. Here we have an originally open propretonic syllable that the original short vowel reduces to a vocal schwa, but we have a long vowel. Can't touch this. That one stays the same. So here's our answer. Chomata. And the accent would fall here. We just, since it's on the final syllable, we don't have to write it in, but if you did, that's no problem. So that would be her wall. So singular feminine pronoun with a singular noun. Okay, so that's that one. Let's look at another one. This one we're going to do is a plural example. And we're going to put a 1CP, one common plural, so that's our. as the pronoun on the plural form of Adama. So again, here we go. Step 1. Write out the consonants. We're going to take the feminine phony hay, the kametz hay, off. This time, because we're dealing with a plural, we're going to add oat to it. Okay. Now we're not done yet. This is still a theoretical form. Okay, we're not done yet. This kametz, non-historic long, is going to become a short patach, and then vocal schwaz becomes short, oftentimes patach. In this case, it's a composite vocal, so we're going to use the vowel that is the same as the composite. Okay, so there's our proto-form. Again, the feminine oat that we add on there is part of the proto-form. Okay, so let's write everything else out here. And where'd it go? There we go. And we're going to put the tav in the box. Okay. So the box we're adding to this one, 1CP, is a new with an accent. There it is. And we just now have to run the rules of syllables. So let me write this out the rest of the way. Otenu. Boing, boing. There we go, looking good. And let me skip to my syllable division color. Don't change the box at all. It's going to stay the same. Vowel, consonant, cut. Vowel, consonant, cut. Here we have open pretonic requires long. Open pretonic requires long. Long, there we go. So that one actually is long. It's a Holem Vav, going to stay the same. Here we have originally open pro-pretonic reduces to a schwa, and originally open pro-pretonic reduces to a schwa. So we're going to go here. This one's a guttural, so we're going to go here. Now, what we have in this case is our guttural aleph with a vocal schwa under it because of the guttural. And yet we have two schwas here now at the beginning of the word. Two vocal schwas at the beginning of the word. Those two guys are going to fight, and we're actually then going to get left with... Oh, I left the wrong one. Let's put that back, and let's get rid of these guys. So there we go. So there's your answer on that one. You have the patach on underneath the aleph, and we end up then with admotenu. Admotenu, just like that. So there's the heartbeat of the word, if you want to call it that. Admotenu with this one. This would be our, and then Adamah is land or earth. So basically our lands is what we'd be looking at, because the tenu ending, both the ot and the anu box, tells us that we are looking at a plural noun. So lands right there. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions about those. Shoot me an email. I hope those are still helpful.